Yo, what is up everyone? We are here in Lisbon, Portugal, where we're gonna be shooting for the release of the brand new Insta360 Flow. This little bad boy is a brand new, super fast and easy to use phone gimbal. So this is the first time I will be shooting 100% on a phone. Meanwhile, I will have my main man, Mr. David Zamud, behind the camera right now. He will be shooting all of the behind the scenes, and we'll also have our athlete over there warming up, getting ready. It's Guillaume, a super badass free runner. So basically the plan for the next 3 days is to be shooting and sending it all over the city. Let's go! Alright, so we're about to start shooting right now, but before that I just wanted to quickly show you guys how to mount the phone on the gimbal and how to use the gimbal. So first of all, you want to take the little clamp, and on the clamp you will see that there's a little camera sign. So when you mount the clamp on the phone, you want to make sure that the camera is facing the camera of your phone. Then you mount the whole thing on the gimbal. Boom, it's super quick and easy because it's magnetic, and then you unfold the whole thing. Boom, and it's already ready to go in just one step. Right now the phone is vertical. If I double click on the right button, then the phone is filming horizontally. On the black wheel you can change the different modes. So right now I'm in follow mode, meaning that the gimbal is following all of my movements, left, right, up, down. Then you have the PF mode, it's following left and right, but it's not following when I move the gimbal up and down. And then finally you have the FPV mode, which is following absolutely everything I do, even if I turn it upside down. Then you have the white wheel that allows you to zoom in and out when using the Insta360 app, and also the little joystick that allows you to move the gimbal as you want. Then with the back trigger you just double click, boom, and it's recentering the whole thing. If you hold the back trigger, it's just gonna stay always aiming at the same place, not following any of your movements. In the back right here you have a little cold shoe, allowing you to put like a microphone or whatever you want to use down there. And down here as well you have a tripod, so you can use the gimbal as a tripod. And I also like it because it makes the grip longer, so I have a better hold on the gimbal. Finally, right here you have the extension pole. You can also change the angle. Sometimes it can be useful to be shooting like this. So that's a first little look at this whole little gimbal, and right now we're about to shoot the first scenes. Okay, so we'll go, so perfect. So we'll go like this, pop, pop, pop. Then boom, I turn. So the plan right here is the first shots with the gimbal. So I'm gonna add a lot of motion in the shots with the gimbal. So I'm gonna move a lot while he's doing his thing. I'm gonna run around, move, turn and everything to see how the gimbal is reacting and how it's actually stabilizing the footage. So it's going to be a very good first test to see like how the gimbal work and just get used to it. So yeah, let's go. Go. First time using the gimbal, and it was doing an amazing work, just stabilizing the whole footage. I was like running full speed, trying to keep up with him, not really being careful with like how I was shooting and trying to be smooth with the gimbal, and the footage is looking really cool. It was reacting very well when I was like trying to aim at different places, when I was aiming up and down. So yeah, did an amazing job on these complex kind of movements. Right now we're moving on to the next spots. Should be Sandy once again.
Oh, it's high. That's a big pole, my friend. Woo!
Next spot, we're currently checking the spot. So basically the plan here is to have our free runner up there, and he's gonna send it. Come have a look. So basically he's gonna be jumping from one of these things to the next. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And what I will do is I will use the super long Insta360 pole to have like a sort of a sort of crane shot. So with the little thread at the bottom of the gimbal, I'm gonna tie the gimbal on the Insta360 pole. That way I can reach like all the way up there. I can film him from down there all the way up there, and then I can move all the way down with the gimbal. So I think it's gonna be super cool. When we're gonna see it, we're gonna be like, oh, how did they shoot this, like going from up there to down and everything, and at the same time see this crazy guy jumping all over. So that should be pretty cool shots. Okay, so here is the super long pole. I'm not gonna extend it all the way to the end because it's getting more and more thin. So with the weight of the gimbal, it's pretty lightweight, but still, like with the weight of the gimbal together with the phone, I don't want it to bend. So I'm just gonna go all the way here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tape the joints here to make sure, like with the weight, it doesn't fall. Second try. Okay, shot is still not perfect. Trying to see how I can adjust to make it better. Super important thing for safety, make sure like the gimbal is always very well attached, like screwed to the pole, because otherwise it can like move a little bit and you don't want it to fall. Okay, so as we were shooting, we were thinking it's better on these kinds of shots with the long pole to reveal like what we're seeing, instead of going into the frame, moving backwards. That way the person that is like watching the thing doesn't know like what's gonna enter in the frame, you know. So what we're gonna do now is he's gonna arrive from up there in the stairs, and going down, now we'll move backward. That way it reveals like the whole thing, and you don't expect to see what you're gonna see. As if we shoot the other way around going into, you already know, like you already have the whole thing and you're just going through, while here it's like new things appearing, sort of. It's good, it's not perfect to me, because like here I'm a little, yeah, I should move left a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's just try again, okay?
Yeah, I went
when
faster
you
as well.
no, it's good. And when you jump over the fence, I should already like start going here just to keep you in the shot. Shit. So now what we will do, I will use again the extra long pole to mimic like a fake drone shot. So I have my phone aiming straight down, and that way I'm gonna film like from above him with the wide angle again, and I'm just gonna follow him from above, so it's gonna look like a drone, but it's not. So we're on another pretty cool location here. We're gonna do another shot with the long Insta360 pole. When you see it, what I really like with the pole is that you don't really understand like how it's being shot, because like the movement is going like so far up to all the way down. So I really dig that kind of shot. So he will be jumping from these balconies over there, from one balcony to the next, like this, pop, 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 going down. And meanwhile, I will start the shot with the pole way up there, aiming towards the sky, kind of below him. And as he's jumping down, I will move backwards and reveal the whole location. Oh yeah, bro, that
looks amazing.
Sick, yeah. And I think at the end, when he lands down, he will like run towards the camera. Yeah, it's gonna be sick if we can pull it. The hardest part for these shots is to synchronize with the freerunner. I have like a super long pole and I need to move back, so I cannot really always focus on what I'm shooting. I need to focus on where I'm going as well. Yeah, we're just right next to a supermarket, so We cannot do this like 1,000 times because otherwise people are getting annoyed with the noise and just like jumping all over. So that's also one of the things that makes it hard. And yeah, so he's warming up, he's almost ready. I am pretty much ready. So yeah, it's about to go down. Gonna send it, bruh. Okay, first try was really good. I can definitely use the shot. Now we'll just do it again and I will try to move back faster so we see more of the whole thing as he's going down. But it's super hard to like synchronize myself with him and like move back at the right speed and at the same time move the camera down at the right speed. And it's also harder with the pole because when you're holding it here, it's super easy. It's like super reactive, but when you're holding all the way down, like it's harder to feel the gimbal and things, but we'll try again. All right, another spot now for another running trick and another gimbal trick as well. So right here I am using FPV mode, meaning that the camera is following all of my movements. So we're gonna have our free runner coming from this way, pump, 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 here, doing a backflip, and meanwhile I will film him from the side, so I will be right here, boom, staying, always keeping him in the middle of the frame, and when he does the backflip, I will turn the gimbal upside down, whoop, and then go back again with him. So the goal is to really track him, always have him middle of the frame, and as he turns doing his backflip, I'm gonna turn the gimbal and the camera at the same time, so the whole environment is gonna turn, and the plan is to keep him like in the center of the frame, always the same way. Everything else is turning, then he lands, and we move back again. The tricky part is gonna be to be really synchronized with him, and then should be fine. I'm gonna do it once normal, like at 24 frames, and once a super slow-mo at 240 frames. Another super cool thing to use on this gimbal is the tracking. So when you are within the Insta360 app, you can just select something, so you can just use your finger and you select whatever you want to track, and then the app is going to automatically track the thing. So now if I'm moving around, whoop, 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 it's always keeping, so right now I'm tracking the window, so it's always keeping the window in the center of the frame. So what we're gonna do now and how we're gonna use it in a cinematic way is we're gonna have our free runner coming in, jumping, doing one step on the wall, and then jumping to the other side. I will start from here and I will be moving all the way there, and that way I can really focus on like walking in a smooth way, and the gimbal together with the app are gonna make the job of tracking and keeping the whole thing in the center. That way it's gonna look like super cinematic, having the whole environment slowly moving, and then having our athlete coming in the frame doing his thing. Another way to use the tracking on the Insta360 Flow in a super cinematic way is to do a parallax effect. So what is a parallax effect? Is when you zoom in either with your phone, with a camera, whatever, and you have like a point of interest and you rotate around it. That way the background is gonna like pass by super fast. So for this, I'm gonna use the 3x zoom on the phone, and then I'm gonna track my athlete's face, and then I'm gonna rotate around him. That way we always have him at the same place in the footage, and we have the whole background moving super fast. Let's try it. So another super important thing when you're shooting either photos or videos is compositions. Of course there's lighting, there's like a lot of stuff happening, but composition is super important. When it comes to photography, it's like a major thing, but when it comes to videography as well. So right here we found like a pretty cool street, and we have a little cable car passing through the thing. So basically there are two streets that are like crossing each other. So as you can see here in the back, there's like one street like this, and then the cable car is gonna come through like this. So what I will do, I will use the gimbal to film the little cable car coming. We're gonna have our athlete on the side of the door of the cable car looking around. So right here I'm gonna do like a super cinematic slow movement, so it's very different from the others. This one is gonna be super slow. That way it's gonna look super cinematic in a way that we're gonna move within that cool composition and make like sort of a 3D effect, I think. Not sure how to say, but having like the sides close to the image that are like slowly moving while keeping the super cool composition in frame is making the shot super cinematic. So for this one, since I'm just gonna move forward, once again I'm gonna hold the trigger button in the back. That way I'm sure that the camera won't be moving. So let's try. We're just waiting for the cable car to arrive right now, and then we're gonna make that shot. We have just one try because we cannot lose too much time, but it's a pretty easy shot, but I think the result is gonna look super cinematic. Okay, so when you do a shot like this, you really want to like do the ninja walk. You don't want to walk normally. You want to walk like in a way that the gimbal is not moving at all. So you go like super slowly for a cinematic shot, and you really want to keep your gimbal completely level, because even if it's a gimbal, if you do like this, you're going to see it in the video. So that's super important. Another super important thing I think is to have like something like objects, a wall or whatever close to your camera. That way we can see the movement. Even if you move just a little bit, if the objects are close to you, then it's gonna move a lot in the video. If the objects are far away, it's not gonna move much. So yeah, that's just two like important tips to make the shots as cinematic as possible. A super creative thing to do with gimbals or with cameras in general is match cuts. So basically what you do is you do several shots of the exact same thing, the exact same composition, the exact same distance between your camera and your subject, and you do it in different environments. That way you can just cut in post and it's gonna do like a super cool effect, like just a transition, changing environments without having to do a lot of post-production work. So here what we're gonna do, we're gonna have our free runner running. I will be filming him from the side, and he's gonna be running in front of different walls, different textures, different colors, different environments, because we're in the old city of Lisbon right now. We have lots of different walls and things that look pretty good. Like for example here, this wall is like all green, then we're gonna find another one that is like pink, for example. So the important thing is to be always at the exact same distance. So for this one, I'm gonna be always exactly 5 steps away from him, so we count. I put the exact same settings every time on the camera, and then I press the trigger button once I'm ready. So I'm just gonna aim, film him from the side, then I push the trigger button. That way I can really focus on my running and the camera is not moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. I will go along the cars. I put you in the exact center of the frame. I press the trigger button. You ready, bro? Yes. 3, 2, 1, go! A super cool way to make seamless transitions is to use the same exact movements and have like a surface like covering the entire frame. So here it's pretty loud because we are below some scaffolding. So we have our free runner. He's gonna jump up there, hold the bar, do a backflip. Then he's gonna run here, come with me, pop, pop, pop. He does his backflip, he lands, and then he will do one step here and jump over there. Boom, boom. And meanwhile, for the end shot, for the transition, I will be down here and following my athlete going up. So he will like jump above me. That way I will move the camera up, and then this thing is gonna cover the entire frame. So I will shoot in a way that at some point I only see this. And then in another location I will do the same thing, but with the ground. So filming the ground like this, same, the ground is gonna move up to down in my frame and then slowly moving up. Then I just do a blending, so I have this thing with the blend in post-production is gonna become the ground, and then we're gonna reveal a new location with my athletes running in a new location for a super cool seamless transition. Yo, so this video is coming to an end. I hope you had fun watching it. I hope you learned some new stuff with the tricks and tips and blah blah blah. For us, we had like an amazing time shooting all over Lisbon, jumping, running everywhere. It was super sick. And also had like a really good time shooting with this little thing. What I enjoyed most is how small and easy it is to use. It just fits in your pocket. Whoop. Just fits in your pocket, you can take it out, take the phone, boom, it's ready to go. You can shoot Insta360 Flow, go check it out for sure. As I always say, to me, it's not the brush that makes the painter, it's what you do with the brush, how you use the gear you have. You don't need the most fancy gear. As long as you have something, just shoot with it, be creative with it, and you can create sick stuff. So yeah, just go out, shoot, and have some fun like we did. Big shout out to my man Gimu. Yeah, crazy free runner. He sent the biggest gaps, the biggest everything. Every time we told him, bro, you ready to jump? He was always down to jump and send it. So big shout out to him.
Thank you guys. Such a great time I had. It was a blast shooting with you. Hope to see you do this next time. Look at this.
Hey, big shout out to Mr. David Zamut behind the camera as well. He did like a crazy job just shooting all the BTS under the rain, everything. Crazy FPV pilot, insane dancing skills. What else can I say? Just go follow these guys. I will put their Instagram in the bio, so make sure to go follow these guys. Subscribe for the next videos. And with that being said, I think that we can say that it's a run! Woo! Is it working on both? No. Oh, bro, it's